Hi everybody, my name's Kyofug, and in today's lecture we're going to learn how to make beautiful portraits. Many of you out there know that making portraits is a really popular way to do paintings, drawings, and art. And I'd say it gets you a lot of good attention from people because people like portraits, especially when they're, photorealistic, right on the money. So today we're going to be doing some beautiful portraits for you to show you different types of portraits and go ahead and walk you through the process and my thoughts on the matter in general. Let's go ahead and go over what materials I'm using today. So keep in mind you can use whatever you have on hand, but if you want to follow along more in a more accurate, exactly point by point what I'm doing, I have king size Sharpie here, which is a chisel tip alcohol marker with black ink. Okay. I also have a bunch of these gel sticks here. Just like I think I have 16 of them, basic colors. And then we also have a few, I only have a handful of these, not a wide range of colors, of these dual tip alcohol markers that are in color. I probably won't be using it, but I just have it on my desk anyways. I have this True Red ballpoint. This is just a red pen. Probably won't be using that today. I have it here just in case I want to explore. And the final thing would be a Duramark by Staples, which is just a, Sharpie-like permanent marker, alcohol-based, which is like a finer line for our black alcohol marker situation. And that's pretty much what I got on the table today. Again, let me get a title card going here, just an introduction. My name's Kyofug, which is spelled like this, K-Y-O. I always put a dot right there in the O. F-U-G. And today we're going to be doing how to make beautiful, stay with me, how to make beautiful portraits. How do you spell it? Oh yeah, portraits. And I'll do like a quick, in case you forgot what those are, that's like that. Like that's a portrait, or that would be an example. So again, Kyofug, how to make beautiful portraits. Let's go ahead and get started, folks. Go ahead and get your first sheet of paper. Forgot to mention paper is a 110-pound cardstock, Astro Bright. Okay, that's what we're using. 8.5 by 11, standard printer paper size. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get started. We'll stick with the Sharpie chisel tip. For this first portrait, we'll do a classic profile shot. You saw a demo of it just a second ago. Now with a profile shot, what I like to do is get sort of the silhouette started. Here. There's the nose right there. Don't forget 2 nostrils. Here comes the lips, the chin, the neck, and the rest of the body. And then when someone's turned at you, okay, their eyes are usually like this, right? Someone's turning partially at you, like a profile shot. There you go. There's that classic nose lump right there. Usually people have eyelashes. I'm going to go ahead and give this guy eyelashes, but some people don't have eyelashes. Some people have no hair at all. And to them I say, I hope you're staying warm out there during the wintertime. We'll go ahead and add some black eyebrows there. Let's go ahead and add the ear hole here and the ear lines. And in terms of hair, do we want to give this person hair, or are we doing bald? Why don't we do maybe a really simple, this is kind of a British haircut. And then do we give him a shirt? Let's give him a simple t-shirt. Here's the lining of the shirt, with that little section there, and there's an arm, and there's an arm. Okay, so we have a great start here. There's where the lip creases. Great start of a portrait. Now let's go ahead and add some basic colors to this. Now this person's skin, let's see, which color do we want to use? We could use this brown, we could use blue. I don't know. Let's use yellow. Let's make this person's skin yellow. Here we go. Now you can make your person's skin whatever you want. This is just what I chose. There we go. These gel sticks are great because they allow you to cover a large area quickly. You can get that scribbliness, but without destroying the tip, like with a, with the alcohol marker. If you go crazy, you'll just like shred the felt, whereas this is made to just go blammo. You just roll it out on there. And I'm being a little loosey-goosey now, but you can get pretty frickin' solid fill-ins really quick. I mean, even for like just a quick fill-in, this is pretty solid. There's a lot of holes in it, but compared to like what a crayon would do or something, or a normal oil pastel, this gets some pretty good coverage. They're very fun. So we got the yellow. Now I'm immediately seeing maybe this person's a little bit, has a crush on someone, so maybe they're blushing a little bit. Like, that's fun. Okay. Let's see. What do we want to do for the lips? Maybe they have some cool purple lipstick on. What do you guys think of dark shades of lipstick? I personally, lipstick's awesome. I think it's one of the most underrated makeup accessories, though it is also one of the most common. Like, it's the first thing a lot of people think of. They think of, hey, makeup, lipstick, right? Like, that's the first thing you think of. But then, I feel like most people, when I see makeup videos online and stuff, everyone's talking about everything else. Whereas I think it's a really easy way to have a pop of color on your face. Personally, for me, I tend to think gloss looks better, but like not in a aesthetic way, because I'm a bit of a gremlin, I guess you would say. I don't know. I mean, I don't really have, my aesthetic tastes are a bit garish, so I tend to like things that are cartoon, blasted out, neon, clown, usually, with some exceptions. So I like the gloss, classic, just bright red gloss, red lip. That's just stupid. I think that's so fun. But hey, a matte black is cool too. I mean, I just like it in general. Just really like, not subtle though. I liked it to be like boom, like that. This is kind of like a punk rocker person. Why don't we go ahead and add a little, like, let's see, maybe they have like a tattoo here. Okay, let's add a little tattoo. What's the tattoo? Okay, it's a circle and another circle. What is it? Maybe they like to go to the gym. Maybe they have like a barbell there because they're super jacked. And maybe they've been to prison and so they have one of these. Okay, this is I just realized I've got to do in the Jared Letter. This is the David Letterman Joker right here, folks. Holy buckets. That's so fun. Yeah, they got to do the damaged. I didn't even. Okay, I guess we're doing a portrait of my own version of the Joker from Batman. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get a shirt. This is kind of a Joker color, I guess. That was not intentional, folks, but I've always loved the Joker, ever since I was a kid. But not, the Dark Knight did come out when I was a kid. That Joker was cool and everything. I did like scary things, so I did like the scary clown thing. I thought that was cool. But I always just liked the Joker. Like, I've always loved clowns, and I love like Jack Nicholson's Joker. I think it's fantastic, really underrated. But I just love the character in general. I think it's because of the just, it's a real life cartoon character, and it's just silly and ridiculous and colorful and fun and fantastical. Never really liked Batman in general. I mean, Batman's cool, don't get me wrong, but I think not everyone, but I tend to like the villains better. I think they're not because they're bad guys, but because they're just more fun, I feel like. So this is, I guess we have to do that now. This is the title, the Jared Letterman Joker. And then I'll put my initials. Almost to 2026, but it's still 25. There's the Jared Letterman Joker. All right. That's a strong start. Folks. Wow. Whew. Okay, let's get in another one. That was really great fun. So, let's see, where do we want to go next for this portrait? Let's go and do a dead-on kind of thing where someone's looking right at you. Here we go. Someone's looking dead on at you. Just getting a nice nose there. Here are the eyes. This is someone whose their eyes are kind of close together, I guess. And then there's that little divot where right above the lip, and then I think that has to do with how you develop in the womb, that like there's something that's connected there. I forget what. Got some lips there. Get a nice big chin underneath. Get the ears. This looks a lot like the, I forgot what he was called, but you remember that I'm still on a clown trip, jeez. You remember that magnetic clown thing where you could like drag the magnets to make them have different hair? Remember the like little dusty magnets and then you'd drag it around? That's kind of what this is giving me a little bit. Let's do eyelashes again. So far, everyone's had some nice eyelashes. You get the details in the ears. Remember, photorealistic, folks. Come on now. All right. Let's go ahead and add a thick neck. This looks like a big, strong person here. Yeah. Big, strong person. All right. Let's add our eyebrows, and let's go ahead and add some forehead wrinkles. Oh, okay, I guess there we go. And some face lines. This kind of looks like a bodybuilder with the shaved head and the gaunt cheeks, but they're jacked. You know, it looks like someone about to go on stage. So let's bounce off of that a little bit. Usually they got the spray tan, the orange spray tan, so let's get that cooking. There we go. So now we're learning how to do a bodybuilder. We're getting a lot of interesting characters in today. Bodybuilding's a weird thing because I have a real love-hate relationship with that sport. I like a lot of it. I don't really like the industry of it, but I do love some parts of bodybuilding, and I do love the classic bodybuilders, a lot of them, you know. Just in terms of like actual like competing into like the actual sport, I'm not so much into like following it, even though I do a little bit anyways, keep it ear to the ground, but I don't really care about that and stuff so much. I'm more interested in what you'd call, I guess, strength culture and like athletics and stuff like that. I find that really fascinating, but I find beauty in like art in people's bodies that aren't just like bodybuilding acts like it has the monopoly on that, but I find that like different types of athletes have really cool bodies that are so fascinating. Like you've probably seen that photo shoot of all the different Olympic athletes, I think in the 90s, showing all the different body types, but you know, you can have a shot putter who's built like a fucking ogre that's just like could rip you in half, and then you have like a gymnast that could stand on a thumbnail, like tiny person, and then there's so many different, you know, they feel like real life superheroes, you know, it's so cool. And personally, I really love the bodybuilders from way in the early, like when bodybuilding was barely even a thing. In that classic, what they call a Bronze Era bodybuilder, when you had that, mostly those were like circus strongmen and such who had you know, really big arms and pretty thick legs and trunks, but they didn't really have the big like bulging chests and like stuff. They were built just like strong, just like, you know, stout dudes, you know. I find that's really cool. Though, hey, listen, I've seen Pumping Iron a million times. I've watched Olympia footage before, or like, you know, Ronnie Coleman and stuff like that, you know. I think we all enjoy that stuff, but I really dig those physiques of just anyone who's just like an athlete. Like I find the physiques more inspiring of like Olympic weightlifters than of all weight classes. Or, oh man, boxers have, a lot of them have really cool looking physiques, and they develop. It's cool seeing how sports will develop you in different ways, you know, because the way you use your body and the way your body is already, if it's not based on aesthetics, it just like, it molds itself into its own deal, you know. I find, and sometimes that can be really like kind of strange. Like, I might be getting his name wrong, but John Jones, think that's his name, the MMA fighter, who has those tiny, tiny calves, like the tiny legs, then his upper body's all jacked. Amazing fighter. But, you know, everyone points to that, and some people say that's why his leg kicks are so powerful. I'm giving this person yellow eyes because they probably have jaundice from all the gear they're taking. Got to get that detail in there. Look at this bodybuilder guy right here. Maybe he's a little bit bloodshot eyes to me. This guy's really sick. This guy had a terrible coach who told him to take a bunch of sketchy supplements, and now he's like suffering because of it. There we go. That looks pretty good. I like where that ended up. I'm going to use this small pen so I have the room. Johnny, Elkongongis Tonk. Wow, he has a long name. I don't even know how to pronounce it right. Pre-show Italian Pro 1997. All right, there's a bodybuilder about to go on stage. He's just like coasting on a lot of Adderall and just pumped full of a bunch of horrible, horrible chemicals and deprived of nutrients. About to step on stage. There he is. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Already 2 great portraits done. Fantastic stuff, folks. All right, let's go ahead and move on to a different position. Let's see, what do we want this portrait to be? Let's do this. I'm thinking, I'm seeing you, I'm thinking about you. Okay. I'm gonna draw your worst enemy. Here's your worst enemy. They got big eyes. They got big eyes so they can snoop on you really good. They got a big nose. Big nose here to smell you what's going on in your business. They got these teeth so that they can bite you and eat you. And then they got these tiny ears because they don't listen to criticism. And they're wearing business casual because they're probably your coworker. There we go. There we go. That's your enemy. That's your enemy. That's your bad guy. There he is. Ah, watch out for this guy. This guy's gonna get you. Holy buckets. What else does he have? Let's move on to color. He has yellow teeth because he's unhygienic. Let's see. He has red skin because he's always beat red with anger all the time. There we go. Isn't coloring stuff in fun? It's so fun. I like it. I don't like is people like this, these meanie heads. I don't dig that at all. But by drawing them, it helps it get them out of our head, get them on the page, and then we're done with it. They probably have pink eyes because their eyes are all watery from crying and sobbing over your existence. Hear the tears. They're also, yeah, they're crying. They're so upset. Oh my gosh, this guy is so pissed at you right now. Oh my gosh. Here's his orange suit. He got this at Kroger's. This is your worst enemy. This is your worst enemy right here. Your worst enemy. You can go ahead and you can send this to him. You can send this to your worst enemy. Hey, this is you. This is you. You're their worst enemy. This is what you look like. Through their eyes, this is you. Soak that in. Strong emotions in that one, folks. All right, let's keep climbing. Let's do a black and white. Let's do a quick black and white. Let's do a quick portrait. This is how to do a quick portrait, okay? Okay, ready? I'm gonna draw a person's face. Quick portrait. When you're doing quick portraits, you have to make sure you do it quick. If you do it too slow, then it no longer becomes quick and you failed at your objective. You don't have to do these all the time, but they're really good to do because they're fun. They're really fun to do, especially if you have a gel stick like this that goes fast, because then you can go fast, and then it's awesome. I even got hairs in there because it has to be photorealistic, remember? And then there's the cheeks. And this is, we'll just call this man. That's a man, and get my initials on there. F25. There we go. That was pretty quick. And it's a man. If you do this a few times a day, I'm sure you'll be the next. Trying to think of a good analogy. You'll be the next Michael Jackson. Yeah. If you do this enough, you'll be the next Michael Jackson. All right. That was a fun, quick one. Let's do another quick one. I'm digging it. Let's do someone looking up, though. Let's do a quick one of someone looking up, okay? And let's go now. You can see their nostrils when they're looking up like this. And their eyes kind of become this weird shape when they're like, it's at that angle, Their lips. And these teeth kind of look round, and then these look really long. Because you're looking up at them. And their head kind of gets smaller, and it gets wider at the bottom because they're looking up. What are they looking up at? What are they looking up at? I'll tell you. Man looks at you. That's a man looking at you. That's what a man looking at you looks like. It's because you're so gigantic and tall and so beautiful. He looks at you and goes, that's because you're so beautiful and tall. He looks at you like that. You can send this to someone who's like that, who's beautiful and tall, and that's how you look at them. Let's do one more fast one of this black and white, and then we'll go back to doing some full color joints. All right. Here we go. Let's start with the head first. Okay, how about that? So we'll draw a head. Boom. And then we'll do two eyes. Boom. Boom. Do the nose. Boom. Mouth. Big smile. Boom. Body. Boom. These parts. Can't say what that is. Censorship issue. Hair. Boom. How long did that take? And you could probably sell this for a few $1,000s and then you paid your rent. I mean, that's you. That's you. That's you right there. You're looking pretty good. All right, moving on. Let's go to the Sharpie. Oh, yeah. Alrighty. Here's someone. Let's see. Here's someone. I'll tell you what. Here's a smart guy. Here's a smart guy. He's smart because he has such a big head full of brains. Look at this smart guy with a full head of brains. You can send this to someone if they have a big smart brain. You can send it to him and say, hey, this is you. You're a big smart guy. You're a big smart guy, and you're tired, and you're sleepy. You're a sleepy, big smart guy. Look at you. You're sleepy. You're a sleepy, big smart guy. And guess what? That's right. Your skin is blue. You're a big, smart guy with blue skin. Why? Too much inbreeding in your bloodline caused your skin to be blue. So have yourself a merry little narrow bloodline. There we go. There you are. Look at you. Don't forget your lips. There we go. And maybe you're wearing a green jumpsuit. I dig it. You have a great sense of style. There we go. And then let's get your blue hands. Don't forget that. Boom, boom, boom. And probably the eyes are probably pink because you're on a lot of drugs. And the eyelids are purple because that just makes sense to me. There we go. And we'll go ahead and label this as small gene pool haver. And then that's by me. There we go. There's a small gene pool haver who turned blue, but is also very smart. This kind of reminds me of Dr. Manhattan from Watchmen if he was a lot hotter. All right, folks, we're doing a really good job here. Let's do a few more before we wrap things up, okay? I just want to remind you that you're doing a really good job. Keep doing the art. Keep going. Keep chugging away. Let's go ahead and do a fine tip one for this, okay? Let's go ahead and draw someone who's squatting like a little bit and their feet are really wide apart. So I'm going to go ahead and get that first foot. 2, 4, 5. There we go. The thighs. Get the other one. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then get that going. Whatever's in there. Draw the underwear because we're being censored by the censor police. There we go. And then here we go. Here we go. Wow. That's a happy little guy. That's a happy guy. He's so happy. Let me go ahead and give him skin. There we go. This little guy has orange skin. Good job, little guy. Good job, little guy. Good job, little guy. Thanks for letting me draw you, little guy. Thanks for letting me draw you, even though you're a little guy. I know that it makes you cry. The fact that you're so little, it makes you want to die. But I still get to draw you, 'cause you're so generous. I like to draw you a lot, even though you're really pissed. This is a little guy. Thanks for letting me draw you, you little guy. Thank you, you little guy. Thanks for letting me draw you. I'm sure you have a lot of tall friends, and you probably stick out when you hang out with them. Little guy, I know you want to cry, so let those blue tears, let 'em out and fly. Wow, what a beautiful motivational song. That's for you, little guy. I know you're watching. I know you're watching, little guy. There you go. There you go. I'll even give you your favorite green underwear. There we go. And I'll even give you your yellow teeth, because you don't brush them very much. It's kind of gross, little guy, but I'm sure you'll improve on it as time goes on. Don't forget your bleeding gums. Don't forget those, little guy. Just a little guy. He's just such a little guy. Little guy. And that's by me in the year 2025. That's a little guy. Shout out to you, little guy. You're doing a good job. You are doing a great job, little guy. You are doing a great job. Look at you go. All right. Moving on, we'll go ahead and do one more before we wrap up today's events here. Let's go ahead and bust out this king-size Sharpie and do one last one. Okay, this is gonna be the funky guy. Boom, 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 boom. Funky guy. Don't lie, it's a funky guy. Ooh. There we go. Wow, that's a funky guy. It's a funky guy. Wow. He has a growth on his face. Look at this funky guy. Wow. All right, let's go ahead and draw funky guy. What color is funky guy's skin? Great question, you knew it from the beginning, not the end. It's green. When someone's skin is green, you instantly go Martian, Hulk. But why don't you ever go golly? Why don't you ever go Jolly Green Giant? Huh? Why don't you go Gumby? Why does it always be Martian, Hulk? Why can't it be other guys sometimes? Huh? Maybe next time you see a green person, you're like, oh, funky guy from Killfug. It's funky guy. That would make a lot more sense than always going, oh, Hulk, Martian. Lame. We've heard it before. Lame. That's lame. Boo. So much negativity coming from you guys today. I'm just joking around. You guys are great. I'm just joshing around. We're just getting funky with this last drawing here, folks. Orange teeth. Ate a lot of orange stuff. Maybe it was carrots and maybe it was clementines. Let's see. What color is the hair? I'm feeling this blue. It's called blue, folks. You ever heard of it? There we go. Blue hair. Wow. Look at this guy. This is a funky guy. I think we're succeeding in depicting. That's pretty funky in itself. Depicting the funky guy. I think we're doing a pretty good job. Let's see. What color are the eyes? Make it truthful. Don't lie. This person has smoked an ounce in the past 6 hours and is absolutely on another planet and is wearing a brown Adidas tracksuit. Don't forget the green hands and the growth that is growing off the face that is yellow. And that, folks, right there is a funky guy. Wow, that's a funky guy. Look at that funky guy. Nice. It's a good portrait of a funky guy. All right, let's go ahead and look back before we close things out. Let's go back here. Let's go back and look at what we did, okay? First, we had, get this one out of the way. First, we had Jared Letterman Joker, and I showed you how to do a profile shot. Look at that guy, damaged. Wow, what a cool guy. Then we had Johnny Elkungongstank, pre-show Italian Pro 1997. So this is a bodybuilder who's about to die from taking too many drugs. This is your worst enemy right here. Remember this? Angry. Worst enemy right there. Boom. Here was one of the quick drawings. This is a man. It's a man. Here was another one. This is what a man looks like when he looks at you. Remember, that's because you're so beautiful and tall. That's how he reacts. This is you. Congratulations. This is someone with a small gene pool who, due to inbreeding, has blue skin and so much brains in his head. This is the little guy. I know you're out there watching, little guy. This one's for you, little guy. It'll be okay. And finally, the funky guy. It's the funky guy, you know, like funky guy. There he is. Funkiest guy around. All right. That was thrilling. That was a real thrill. We learned so much. We had so much fun. Bring it back around. My name is Kofug. Okay. This was how to make beautiful portraits. I hope you learned a lot. I hope you learned how to make beautiful portraits. I hope you followed along. If you did, please let me know and send me the stuff you made. You can send stuff to me. Best way would be either Instagram DMs or to be my email, Kofug, Kyofug @gmail.com. But you can send it on any platform. I'll probably find it eventually. You know I am on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and my own site at Kofug. That's what I'm on everything. My website is www.kofug.online. And I just want to say to all my supporters, all my students who come to these videos and learn and engage, thank you so much. I will keep grinding away at it, educating the public. You know it. You know what's up. You dig it. And everyone else, I hope you stick around for the journey, and at the very least, you learned something today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will be seeing you on the next one. Cheers.